Are you looking for a new career? Something that's motivating, exciting, and full of adventure? Well, the military should be one of your top choices. The military has job opportunities that can fulfill the needs of almost any person. Also, most military members are eligible to retire before the age of 40. Hi, I'm Jonathan Taylor. I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force, and I served 6 years active duty. I'm here to tell you that some of the most memorable moments of my life are thanks to the military. I've met people from all over the world, and I've seen places that I could have only imagined seeing before I joined the military. Whether you're about to graduate high school, currently in college, or stuck in a job that you feel is unsatisfying, isn't it time to start looking for a new and fulfilling career? The military can offer you those benefits while instilling in you the discipline to accomplish anything. Not to mention the inner self-satisfaction of knowing that your job is necessary to ensure the freedom of every American citizen. For those of you who are worried about going to war and being on the front lines, or maybe you feel that it's impossible to earn sufficient salary as a military member, I'm here to dispel those rumors and talk to you about some of the benefits of being in the military. I want to talk to you about some of the choices you should consider when joining the military, or if you're thinking about joining the military. And also I want to talk about some of the things you may have heard that have affected your decision against joining the military. For anyone looking to start a new career, here are some of the things you can look forward to in the military. First thing is change of pace. You may want to work a Monday through Friday job, 7:30, 4:30, or behind a desk. The military has jobs like that. But if you don't, there's ample amount of opportunities to get out of that. We work 24/7 ops, so you can work any shift that you can imagine, on your feet, in a chair, outdoors, indoors, you name it, we've got it. Another thing to look forward to are the educational benefits. There's a program called the Post 9/11 GI Bill. Basically, they'll pay for you to go to school. Take me for instance. I served my 6 years active duty. I got out of the military, and now I'm a full-time college student, and I don't pay a single dime to go to college. The military is going to pay for me to get my master's, even up to a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree. Lastly is patriotism. In a book I read called From Patriotism to Pragmatism, the author Alex Heansbury stated that one of the top 3 reasons that military members join is to fulfill their need for patriotism. This country is free because of the military, and it has to continue to have military members in order to ensure that freedom lasts. So I've talked to you about some of the things that you can look forward to when you join the military, such as the educational benefits or just fulfilling your need for patriotism. I'm going to talk to you about some different types of jobs that you can find in the military. Now, I've broken these down into 2 categories. One is everyday jobs. We've got your everyday jobs such as medical, we've got cooks, we've got mechanics. Anything you can find in the civilian world, you can find in the military world. Basically, in order to ensure the lifestyle of the military member stays the same, we have jobs for that, just like you would find in the civilian world, because we're a self-sustaining community. Now, on the other side, there's some unorthodox jobs that you won't find in the civilian world, and that might pique your interest as well. Certain things such as communications. And I'm not talking about working at AT&T or Verizon. I'm talking about secured, line to line, from general to general, American soil to foreign soil. Highly skilled people who can encrypt data, send it overseas. There's also jobs such as ammo, and I'm going anywhere from bullets in the gun to rockets on a jet or even nuclear missiles. The military is all about firepower, and we need highly skilled and trained professionals to build, operate this equipment. Another job kind of has the best of both worlds. Say you're a mechanic in the civilian world, and you enjoy what you do, but you want a little bit more. Well, in the military, you can be a mechanic, but you can be a mechanic for a fighter jet. You're not going to find too many jobs like that in the civilian world. So I've kind of talked to you about some of the civilian jobs that you can find, the everyday jobs, the unorthodox jobs. Now I want to bring up something that's, I'm sure, is stuck in the back of most of your heads when it comes to thinking about the military, and that's deployments. It is true that the military does deploy its members to foreign soil, but that doesn't mean every military member deploys. I read an article in Time written by Mark Thompson. His article is called Combat Deployments, the Unbalanced Burden. And in his article, he had a great statistical chart that I want to share with you. In this chart, it shows that 40% of military members never deploy in their career, while over 30% of military members only deploy one time. So we're talking over 70% of the people who join the military never deploy or only deploy once, while less than 30% of people are deploying 2, 3, or 4 times. And that's going to be your specialized jobs, such as special operators. Another thing I read in a book that I referenced earlier called From Patriotism to Pragmatism by Alex Kingsbury, he said that the modern military has a tooth-to-tail ratio of 1 to 10. Basically what he meant was that out of 10 military members, 1 military member is necessary to deploy to accomplish the mission, while the other 9 are held back for mission support. While those people are, behind enemy lines, they're safe from harm, that doesn't mean that their job is any less important to fulfilling the mission. Now I want to speak to those people who do want to deploy, because the military does need those people as well. And we're talking about jobs such as special operators, Army Rangers, Navy SEALs, the Green Berets. These kind of people are specialized in deploying. Another book I read called The Civilian's Guide to the U.S. Military, the authors Richard and Barbara Shading recognized the need for these missions to continue, but they also realized, with the less need for deployments, that these specialized groups are necessary to go over and handle the missions while the rest of us can stay back away from harm. So I've kind of, talked to you about the deployments. Hopefully I've kind of dispelled that rumor and let you know that not everyone deploys constantly 24/7. Now I want to talk to you about another thing that people think about when joining the military, and that's salary. There's a rumor that goes around that says the military doesn't compensate their members very well. Now I'm going to tell you why civilians think that's true, and I'm going to dispel that rumor as well. Anyone can go on the internet and look up the basic pay chart for any member in the military. For me, just take me for example, when I was a 20-year-old airman, I was making, I believe, just under $30,000 a year. Now that might not seem like much, but what that chart doesn't tell you is the extra money that I was getting from the military in order to pay for my rent and for food. I'm talking upwards of $1,500 a month just for shelter and food. So that's taking me from just under $30,000 a year to almost $50,000 a year as a 20-year-old single airman. I was making decent money and I was comfortable. Another thing that you can look forward to is the incentive pays that the military would pay you for specialized skills. Some people may know more than one language. The military wants skills like that, so they will pay you extra money. Other people would enjoy jumping out of a plane, a parachutist, or scuba diving. Well, there's extra pay for that as well. And lastly, in an article that I read on military.com, the article was called Military Benefits at a Glance. There was an interesting statistic in there that I want to share with you. It stated that most enlisted retirees look to make over $500,000 in their lifetime. And that's just in retirement money. And I'm talking people are retiring before the age of 40. That's something amazing that you should look forward to. Hopefully I've kind of showed you that there's more to the military than most people realize. The military is very beneficial, has great opportunities and can fulfill your need, whether it's Monday through Friday or unorthodox jobs. Hopefully I've showed you that the military is more than just warfare. We're a self-sustaining community capable of extraordinary things. The fear of constant deployment and insufficient salary are a thing of the past. I encourage everyone listening today to just give some thought into joining the military. It's necessary for us to ensure our freedom, but it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy doing it at the same time. Thank you.